I knew then, back in 2020, what I know now. And from talking to my cousin and her oldest daughter, the intended victim, the one that had the hit from this kokomo crew and this drug ring. If I knew then what I know now, I would have already been attacking this group from left, right, up, and down. And entirely, I've said I'd be doing this, but now when it's become personal, when it's my own flesh and blood, my family, that has a hit to this day on them, I don't know how best would he explain this, but it's become personal. Karina was personal. I spent over 3 hours helping somebody on my way home that went missing and killed. And the real truth behind her story is yet to be heard. That's what got me going. That's what's fueled my fire to hunt down these evil, sick, sadistic pieces of shit. But when it's my own family that's got the threats on them now and was the intended victim that had the hit on them in 2020, I want you to take the time and look up Sharman. He went by Crusher Pearson. Murder, 2020, Kokomo, Indiana, at 803 East Broadway Street, Kokomo, Indiana. You're going to hear that there was a hit put out on my cousin, my second cousin, mind you, to take her life. They thought they snitched on this crew, this ring, and in return, these individuals, and there's a bunch that are still out that are not behind bars, that I hope once I start hitting this case hard, I will have certain family members that are involved with this, from the original intended victim, the one that had the hit on her then, and it still remains now. She said she's wanting to go live, talk about his case, and like she said, his and her case needs seen and it needs known about. One of the main individuals that put the hit out on my family has made a threat from behind bars. I believe family said it was either work release or in-home detention, something along that line. He's in the process of getting out from behind bars. While behind bars, just like Kokomo PD knew about the hit on my cousin, my second cousin, mind you, Katlyn Ramer. They knew about it. They allowed it to go through, and that's what cost her boyfriend's life. And it shows you how this individual cared enough for my family to actually put his life in front of hers. Yes, she was younger than him. He was 42 the time he died. There was a nice little age gap there. But the love he showed my cousin, Katlyn, was there. To put your life, to give one's life and for another, there's no greater show of appreciation, love, and dedication to somebody. So when they heard the glass break, individuals coming in the house, you'll see it right there in the police report where he told her to hide on the other side of the bed, pretty much under the bed. Hide, I'll go see what's going on. In the process of him getting up out of the bed after they heard the glass, hearing people inside the house, you're going to be hearing that he ended up getting shot pretty much point blank by the ones that were coming to fulfill the hit. Yes, a death hit that was on my second cousin, Katlyn Ramer. What's sick is this individual in this ring still has the hit on her. One of the main individuals is telling them to wait, let him get out where he actually can fulfill it, along with some help by others. But he's not going to go after the one that the original hit was out for. It's been said that he's going to be targeting my cousin, my uncle's daughter, my own flesh and blood. Any kids that are there, along with my second cousin's younger sister, my cousin's youngest daughter. He's done told them that when he gets the chance, when he's not behind bars, to make her suffer even more. He wants to not only kill her, but wait, he doesn't want to kill her. He wants to kill her mom and younger sister to make her suffer even more. Excuse me coughing, that's another reason why I'm not live right now. I got a fever and I've been feeling like crap, so I look like complete dog crap right now. I feel like crap. I'm sitting right in front of the AC and I'm still sweating. So that's one reason if anybody asks why I don't have the camera on. But I've made a promise and a very serious threat. This ring, this crew, they want war. The moment you come after me again. They came after me once already when I was living at my ex's place on Walnut. If you look up the Kokomo scanner and the Kokomo PD excuse of why over 16 cars filled to the brim, every single car had no less than 4 or 5 people in it. All these people were getting armed. They were armed while getting out of these vehicles, and they were in the process of amassing in front of my ex's and her mom's front yard that night in the back alley in the backyard. I think the really only reason that KPD actually showed up like they did was as I told them on dispatch, and I'm going to get that dispatch where you're going to hear for yourselves. The hit they had on me, they were going to try to fulfill the silence and shut me up, was played off as a drug dealer about 6 houses down. Usually had house parties. And it was a silent night. There was no parties. The neighbors had met to this, seen this, while it was going on. This drug dealer down the road had no party going on. But KPD, with issues before with this dealer and his parties, made it look like these cars that me and my ex and her mom, we made sure where with the baby sleeping with my ex in her bed, and the other daughter would every once in a while want to sleep with mom too, so I slept down on the couch. Downstairs, the only other person was in her bedroom, my ex's younger sister. When I let my ex and her mom know, hey, look up out front and out back. We've got people amassing, all armed. They got my ex's sister upstairs with them. They were armed at the top of the stairs with a shotgun. I was armed downstairs, and I was sitting in the foyer in between where the kitchen and back door was with 2 handguns. One pointed at the front door, the other one pointed at the back door. I told KPD and the Howard County Dispatch, we've got people amassing. They've actually came up to the front door, tried the front door, front and back door knobs. They were locked, stepped away, and was still amassing people in front and back of the house. I think the only reason that KPD and dispatch did anything the way they did, showed up every direction, was I told dispatch, you're not going to have enough cold storage, and you're not going to have enough body bags for if anybody comes in this house, they're not going to be leaving alive. And it's not anybody that's staying at this residence or myself that are going to be in these body bags or near cold storage. Any of these individuals make their way into this house, they're not leaving alive. And I was calm, cool, and collected, and I was telling dispatch this, and I got a feeling that's the only reason they showed up and forced the way they were. But for them to make it and play it off as, oh, as a non-existent party about six houses down at a known drug dealer's house made me sick. And KPD was laughing on it. If you look back in the 2018 video, I brought up an individual's name. Mind you, I had a big old bushy beard. It was middle of the winter, and I was bundled up. So I was looking heavier than I usually look. It was middle of the night, and this same individual, I knew he was one of the individuals outside of that house, coming to do the hit on me. KPD's like, oh, how'd you talk to this guy and not die? He didn't recognize me, but I brought up my name. He's a little bitch, and I don't care for him. He's like, oh yeah, him? We about took care of him till the little bitch decided to call the law. And explained to me where, yeah, front and back, and how many cars, and how many people they had, all armed, was there to take care of me, to silence me, and kill anybody that was in this residence. Oh, ding dong. There was a reason I put that on. That was actually the residence where, believe it or not, if you look up the KPD description of the events that took place that night, they usually do, like, say, the 800 block of Broadway. And the actual KPD report that they let out on their page, they gave the exact address of where this murder took place, where this hit. They were coming to fulfill a hit on my little cousin. And that was the address, and same address that they let me know in the Kokomo PD report on after action, what they were explaining at what happened, and everything that took place, the hit, everything they let known. And I'll be showing that, some individuals' names, some people that they go back to, this Kokomo ring and this Kokomo crew. It's going to show you just how big this whole issue has been being, but that's why you see the address put on the way it is. I put it there just pretty much to let it be known. If you look on Google Earth, the Red House, that was in fact where they lived, and it's the same one that the KPD let be known. It's kind of weird to me because most of the time they let it be known, oh, we had a stabbing, a shooting at the 800 block of such and such street. They never put the exact address, but they actually did in this case. But yeah, that's the reason why you guys are seeing the address that's posted. It's not where I'm at. It's the exact address that they let be known where this murder took place. So that's to make it where hopefully it's not as confusing. But I'm about to go hard, and a lot of you've been asking if I would expose this ring in full, as in the ring members, the ones in and around this ring, pretty much asked me if I would expose everything. Karina's case, yeah, it was personal to me because it's the same person, and I've explained to people, and even my family, like, this is why I been speaking out on Karina's case. When you know there's a Kokomo firefighter being a rapist and murderer walking free and was allowed to retire and now getting taxpayers' money as a pension for being a murderer and rapist, a sexual trafficker that took part in paying to do what they did to somebody. That's what got me started speaking out on Karina's case. And when this now involves family, I gave a strict warning to this ring, this crew. And if I knew now what I was speaking about then directly involved my family, I give them a warning. You come after me, my friends, my family. So help me God to my last breath. I'm opening a can of whoop ass, and I'm opening a can of war. I'm no longer just going to be speaking about these people or this person and this person. I'm about to expose every single individual from the kingpins on down to a user that's around this Kokomo crew, this ring, and I'm about to show from the top to bottom what cases they're shown around. This is from Indianapolis, down south, like Terre Haute, up north. This ring is massive. It's been proven as cartel, and it still remains as cartel. And I've got actually IMPD officers, detectives, and the like admitting that yes, there is ties and connections to these cases in this ring. And no, I don't have COVID. I already got tested. It's just some viral nastiness going around, and this is my second time dealing with it. That meds, and we finally, after 3 weeks, we finally got the death certificate last Tuesday, and my uncle, July 28th, died, and he ended up having a brain bleeding, and it cost his, he already had liver failure, but it cost his body to go in pretty much complete failure after the brain bleed got him when he was on a ventilator. You got the local PD over there in Arcadia. You've got an EMT I've got on record saying what he seen when he first arrived at my uncle's apartment the first time he went, and then 2 days later showed up when he was pretty much going in complete failure, wasn't able to talk, and it was the brain bleeding and the pressure that was on his brain got to the point where he was incoherent. When he was talking to you, had no clue what he was trying to say. That's before he went on a ventilator, but they're trying to say, oh, he fell. But there's an individual that does have Kokomo ties right there in that area. A close friend of his said, yeah, he's beating him over, trying when he got his disability, would come over ask for money off my uncle. My uncle would refuse, so he pretty much beat my uncle to a pulp. Black eye, bruising. We've seen this before, but we couldn't get out of him who did it and what happened. Oh, I just fell. But there's a name that came out, and this same individual was there the second time the cops and EMT showed up to take my uncle to the hospital. This individual was at his apartment. So yeah, we've been dealing with that. My uncle, which is a U.S. Army honorably discharged veteran, was on cold storage for well over 3 weeks before they got the death certificate, and just last Tuesday we were able to send him off to get cremated. Makes me sick what happened at this funeral home. We're never having another family member go through this Hartley funeral home, but a honorably discharged veteran, both National Guard, reservist, or active duty. Even if you do not ship, as long as you have the honorably discharged GD 214 and a certificate showing you are honorably discharged, at the very least you're allowed to get your military rights, caps, and full uh, honor guard. He didn't have his flag, no military uh, service, nothing. And they were trying to tell me because he was National Guard where he serviced and he never shipped. No. So not only how his death, and I've been dealing with that, and I'm going to be bringing up that case as well, but this one really hits home. When it's my own family, it's got a hit on them still to this day. Then what happened to my uncle really makes me question what the hell is going on. So the next few videos, I was supposed to be doing another one. Somebody asked me to do. Uh, it was an international case, but I'm gonna still do that later on. But right now, I'm going to be working on a hit that was out on my cousin. Her boyfriend, his life was taken. But the best way I can explain it, they wanted to fight while I'm bringing a war. And it's not just me. They think they're going to be able to take my life, my family's life, and get away with it, and still have threats against me or my family, and think I'm not going to bring a war. Hell's about to open. The Hell's Gates are about to open. I'm going to be sending some of these individuals to hell. And I hope to God they rot in prison by the time I'm done with them. Everybody's been asking me, like I said, to expose every individual in around this Kokomo crew, this Kokomo drug ring, the sex and drugs, the corruption, the ones that are allowing this, the insider trading, some things that you guys do not know that's going on. Cartel's giving, say, like the prosecutor, he's business partners with a Korean. The amount of money he put down is more than what he makes in 3-4 years as a prosecutor. Where's he getting the money? But you're seeing friends, ties, and connections back to that cartel ring. He's not the only one. A former commissioner making millions, insider trading, places that are going to be business interests for the town. I'm going to give a little hint, like a solar farm, bigger one, a battery manufacturing location, among others. They knew about these individuals, these business ideas, these locations that they wanted. They bought up. Say, buy land for $50K, and it's reappraised for $500,000, $1 million. Huh. And if you look up, and if you think I'm lying to you, look up where the cartel, where they money laundering, turn dirty drug and bloody money into clean money. They do it by real estate in the United States. Is the number one way how they launder money. I'm hoping by the end of this, what I'm going to be showing, there will be a RICO investigation, the corruption, the new law where the police accountability law, among others, will be coming in full effect. But these next few videos are going to be personal. And it's a personal threat I made to this ring, this Kokomo crew, the ones in and around it, from top to bottom. The corruption, the kingpins on down. I'm about to put every card on the table, expose everything from top to bottom. I'm in stage 4 renal kidney failure with only one kidney. I've already been told between 3 to 5 years. Something I don't tell anybody, but how Delphi Strong makes fun of me when I did a live wearing a bulletproof vest. I've got threats on me. If I keep talking, I'll be the next one missing killed. So Delphi Strong, anybody that think you're going to be childish and come after me, you need to think I'm not just speaking as a YouTuber. I'm speaking from the middle of this hell, screaming out, look here, this is white. Look to this name, these names around this. Look back to this case and this case. You're going to see the names, the network analysis showing up. The same network analysis wall tries to keep the thin line between that troubled community and the public. They tried to manage where what they are seeing, what they are following, and what they're investigating, they don't want the public to see just how big of an issue this is. And I want you guys to take the time to look back at the 2018 interview I did with KPD, Detective Benzinger, and Indiana State Trooper, Miami Post, the same Miami Post, and Indiana State Troopers. Charles Chuck Myers was the Internet Crimes Against Children detective. He's sitting over that. 2018, when he and KPD admitted to over 40 child exploitation cases. I'm going to bring up the name, Keegan Klein. I brought up his dad. His dad's connection to this ring, the motorcycle clubs, where Milwaukee Iron, a high-ranking member, is actually his cousin and second cousin to Keegan. How many times were these child predators allowed to come around children's events like Christmas? There was Halloween events and other events that they opened it up to the public and children. How many times were these child predators allowed around children? Knowing who they are, what they are about, but allowing them around children? Come on, Milwaukee Iron, Kokomo Crew, the Good Old Boys Club. If you look back well before Keegan and Tony became a thing, I was already showing things about him and his dad. Wait a second, I gotta get a drink. But if you look back, 2018, this is well before Murder Sheets did anything to expose Keegan. Charles Chuck Myers with Indiana State Police, Miami Post. How many of those cases, child exploitation of Keegan's, was sitting cold on his desk? Him and KPD admits to no less than 40 cases. 2 of those, if you look on Keegan's case right there in Kokomo, child exploitation. What do we know now about Liberty German, Delphi, and Keegan Klein? Was that whole issue when it comes to internet, mobile service, looking into child exploitation? Charles Chuck Myers, if you look into the Keegan issue and Klein, you're not seeing Charles Myers, the one that's over that at that post. It's another detective, but yet the one that's director of the child sexual crimes online against children, the one that's over that. If you look at his LinkedIn account, you don't see a name. It's like, what the hell? But what I'm getting at is, I'm not going to hold back. There's some Good Old Boy Club where Bouts, he did not belong to Lafayette. The Lafayette crew, the Lafayette Good Old Boys Club, is actually Kokomo Good Old Boys Club. It's the same one where I've seen bouts, KPD officers, judges coming to what is called mobile ground triggers after sets and after party after 3 a.m. The bars shut down. Mobile ground triggers. That motorcycle club would open up their clubhouse, have a DJ playing and drinks, and to get around where they don't have to get a bar license was donations. Oh, this set amount for a mixed drink or straight shots or beer would be X amount donation wise to the club. Just like the $5 to $10 per person that goes into that club. I was a hanging around with Mobile. I actually patted people down, took their money at the front door with who was nicknamed Big Baby, a patch member of One Nation motorcycle club. It was me, him, and a female that would pat anybody down and take their money to allow them access into that after set. I did that for years. So when I'm seeing Danny DeMolin, the pimp of Kokomo, when his strip clubs were busted, his pay to play, the sexual exploitation of those strippers and those individuals, including Jamie Beasley, missing killed Indianapolis, when her and others was doing the sexual exploitation, the prostitution for Danny, when he got busted in his strip clubs, he moved into motorcycle clubs like Kokomo. You had ones like I seen personally with my own eyes, bouts, before I even knew who he was. Other high elected politicians, you got officers coming in off duty, civilian clothes, knowing who they are, what they are, coming in and doing and paying what they were doing. Can't put into words. But then, for years, as an FBI informant for the Joint Terrorism Task Force, that's domestic terrorism, both foreign and domestic, and you're getting told by the same detective with the FBI that was over me, for the longest time, they've got corruption and issues. They know Kokomo and Howard County and that surrounding area, they've got for years what you said, they were in the back burner brewing. You think Muncie was battling the corruption, the issues there? It has nothing. That was just the small part that goes back to Kokomo on Muncie when that came about. You haven't seen nothing yet until this Kokomo Good Old Boys Club. It's not Lafayette, it's Kokomo. When it gets seen in full, what I'm about to show you, I'm about to slow it down. A lot of you have been hard-headed, don't want to look up what I've been telling you to look. So I'm going to slow things down. I'm going to show you what I've been trying to get you to look at, where to look. I'm going to pretty much dummy it down to the point where I'm going to do all the work, where I'm going to ask you to go, hey, look here, look into this, read this. The 2018, 2020, 2022 drug raids in Kokomo. The big raid right down in India that just happened. Where do you think that comes from? What it goes back and shows around. Missing killed cases. I've been trying to show you the network analysis when it comes to this ring, the ones in and around this ring, and this crew. I've been trying to do it the best way I know how, and the easiest way I know how. Look here, follow these names. Look where these names show up. Nobody wants to do the work, so I'm going to actually slow everything down. And piece by piece, slowly but surely, from one name to another, I'm going to slow everything down. Dummy it down to the, where, like Delphi Strong, you're going to make fun of me? You're going to be childish, insecure? I've been speaking the truth from the inside out, screaming, hey, look here, and this is why. And you got people like Delphi Strong that are so childish, so insecure of themselves saying, oh, we're here for anti-bullying, but yet the copyright violations, the sick individuals, how childish, sick, twisted, demented you have to be to start a page up just to follow and stalk, harass individuals. But talk about things, yeah, YouTubers. There's some that say things you don't agree with. You don't have to watch. Just like a judge told Paige Shirley, you don't like what you're seeing, don't watch it. Just because it's hurting your feelings, just because I'm showing Galen around that drug ring, what ones that are attacking me, making this little Delphi strong, what they're not wanting you to see, I'm showing them. That's why they are attacking me, trying to silence and shut me up. Because I'm showing you the drug ring. Why is there drug individuals, multiple felons? There is actually an individual for $20, a murder suspect, all sitting on the witness list when it comes to trying to get a lawsuit done for the fire. But you got individuals like a murderer for $20, their role. You've got multiple felons, drug felons. You've got individuals from dealers, all sitting on the witness list. This is what Delphi Strong and the rest of these individuals don't want me to show. Yeah, they say Galen's not a suspect. The friends, the ones she's acquaintance with, when they're showing around other missing killed cases, and then you show, oh my god, a murder suspect is sitting on a witness list, still to this day. Look up Jennifer Dean, Jennifer Branch, back to the drug ring, the crew, it's there. She actually did something with Anthony Grano back in 2018, walking around what him and her both know a lot more about, but they stay silent. Why? Their drug habit, the meth habit, their connections to that ring. They know a lot more than what they're willing to say. Just like some of these individuals that are doing Delphi Strong. They want you to put the blinders on. Don't look at that. Don't look at this. Don't listen to this. We're going to sit here and harass, make fun, and copyright violate. This individual's been talking about this. Oh, just because he talked to somebody that they did not like. How sad, demented, and crooked. I actually feel sorry for the individuals that made Delphi Strong. How insecure do you have to be to do what you're doing now? Doxing me. Hey, I live in Hamilton County, motherfuckers. Pretty sure you can find my address. Pretty sure you can find my name. It's Michael Robert Phillips. Huh. Can't dox me, but I can actually openly talk where I'm at and what I'm, everything you're going to try to do. Can't dox me that way. I don't care. I'm a dead man walking. My body's going to take me before any one of these individuals can take me. And if they do it, they're just doing me a favor. The pain that I deal with every day, I guarantee you, I hate saying this like this, but the way I've been feeling, I get a feeling I'm already in the middle of a acute kidney injury that usually goes into kidney failure. I get a bad feeling the next few days. The way I've been feeling, I'm going to be in the hospital in the ICU again. It's called an AKI, acute kidney injury, goes into kidney failure. Takes me about 2-3 weeks. I come back, not 100%. Takes me a little while to get back on my feet and get moving. But I'm still going to be doing their case even if I go in. If I'm admitted to the hospital, you'd think I'm not taking some gear, my iPad, my mic, and a few other things. That way I can still talk when I'm able to. Last few days I've been having days where I've had dizziness. I can't really punctuate what I'm trying to say. I'm out of it. It's not me drug-wise or anything like that. It's the whole fact that I'm actually sitting here dealing with something. I'm almost to the point where I've enough damage, percentage-wise, that I'm about to be getting on the transplant list for A positive kidney is what I'm needing in dialysis. It's coming. That comes. It takes my life expectancy. Right now, they got me at 3 to 5 years without dialysis or a transplant. It could be less. It could be more. But I'm telling you right now, I've got 3 to 5 years, and within this 3 to 5 years, you think I'm going to be scared of any of these individuals that's told me if I keep talking, I'll be the next one missing, killed? They've tried attacking me. I've actually got physically attacked. I still have to get a steel plate to my left orbital socket down my jaw. Broken jaw, broken orbital socket. I still got to get steel plates. Left eye. Been physically attacked. They've tried putting a hit on me more than once. 2018, not gonna lie to you, the informant they were wanting killed, not too long after that, failed attempt by those two assassins from Georgia. They couldn't do it. Not too long after that, I had over 16 cars, every one of them full of people, armed, in front of my ex-girlfriend's house, behind, in the alley, in the backyard, trying to fulfill a hit on me, shut me up, and silence me. You think I'm going to be scared of any of these individuals in around this ring? You think I'm going to be afraid or not let this be seen? Oh, Galen Rose, yeah, she may not be a suspect, but the ones that sit on Casey Creasy's interview, the redacted names, all those redacted names are sitting on that lawsuit witness list. I can get that, and I can show you right here, right now. And I can show you the connections that each and every single one of those on the witness list go back to. This is why you've got ones attacking me, Jinx, and a few others. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of calling them out, showing what they don't want you to see. There's a bunch of these new YouTubers that are now attacking me and others that came out of nowhere. It's disinformation. It's what they want you to see, where they want you to look. But don't look here. Don't look at this. Don't bring this up. We'll cancel you. We'll get you shut down. We'll make you look like an idiot. I'm a dead man walking. You think I'm scared of anything? Any childish little asshole that did Delphi Strong? Oh, I've got a nice little attorney. Something you didn't know. I'm copyrighted off and on YouTube. That name is actually copyrighted itself as a business. That name on and off YouTube. I can copyright violate you on YouTube, then I can take legal steps. And you think, oh, just because you used a fake name, a fake email, your IP address goes back to exactly who started it and who's running Delphi Strong. I will see you here soon in court. And I know it's more than one of you in the comments on that page. Congratulations. The slander, the intimidation, the harassment. Little do you know I'm a federal eyewitness right now. I'm a federal informant for another group. You realize what you just did on Delphi Strong and what you're doing now violates federal law? You're not going to go see whether state court or local court. I'm seeing you in federal court, and what you're doing right now, enjoy the prison time you're about to see. So you can have this Delphi Strong, get all these subscribers and everything, but hey, attacking me was your worst mistake. Like I said, I'm a dead man walking. I'm not afraid of you or any of these individuals that you're trying to hide, protect, and not be seen. That's all you're doing while you're attacking me and a few others. It's what we are seeing, we're letting be known. You don't want seen. That's why you're making this childish attempt to, oh, don't look at this person. Oh, we're going to go and write what we think is being said and shown. Your idiots, your childish ways, your immature, and like I said, I actually feel sorry for you guys. How low of a human being, how childish and insecure yourself. Instead of coming at me directly, face to face, going on live stream, you're hiding behind a name that you made up. You refuse to come at me as a person, person to person, face to face, or right there on a live. It shows how insecure you are of yourselves and how scared if oh, you do decide to come at me live, face to face. Oh yeah, I did this. I made that page. You won't do it. It's how insecure of yourselves you really are. So I'm gonna continue what I'm doing. You can choose to look, follow, see what I'm saying, or you can be like Delphi Strong, be insecure, childish, and oh, I'm about to make some money off your idiots. When it's both on YouTube and when I've got it outside of YouTube, you got copyright violations and things you did. You think I have not recorded everything? I'll be seeing you in court in a lawsuit against you. Some of you, I guarantee, are so low, even money-wise, you're gonna have a hard time paying off these lawsuits. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy you being exposed for who you are and what you are, how you really are. So I'm gonna end this with Delphi Strong. I'll be seeing you guys in court. Enjoy. You had fun. You got your 15 seconds of fame and laughs, but I will have the last laugh. We'll see you on court here soon.